Bronson, what is up, man?
How's it going, Billy?
You guys made it back good?
Yeah, we're good, man. We're glad to be home. Is you know how it is when you're not home. Just
Yeah.
stressed out to get home, and it was cool spending time there. And
What'd you guys end up
back
doing for New
back,
Year's?
uh, we were over at Ada's.
Oh, got it. Nice.
Yeah,
Good time?
it was fun. Everyone got drunk, and I was laughing at everybody. And
You didn't drink?
I didn't drink.
Nice, dude. Hell
Didn't
yeah.
drink. Did some illicit fireworks.
Yeah.
That
Good
was
stuff.
that was Lana did those and had a good time doing those and entertained everybody.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
So, here we are, New Year. Tomorrow, even today, right? Today's a big day. We got an election going on in Georgia.
yeah. So we've got Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue running against John Ossoff and Warnock. David Warnock? Warnock
Right.
uh, down there in Georgia. That's a big election that'll decide who has a majority in the Senate. You know, and it's really been kind of controversial with some of the election fraud stuff that had been going on. They're just doing the same old thing again.
Same
So
company, same Dominion, same old thing, right? Like the machines
yeah,
go down, there's glitches, it's this.
there's 4 or 5 counties. The machine's down, and they're going to backups. And hearing now that counties are stopping counting and going to
Oh my
resume again
gosh.
tomorrow. And
Same
never
old
before
thing.
in our history before this election do you stop counting and resume the next day. You finish counting. There's always been a deadline.
Right.
It's just yeah. So anyway, that's an important election, and that's today. And I haven't checked out any of the numbers at all, but I thought it was kind of looking pretty close there a little while ago. So we'll see what happens. It
Yeah.
kind of looks like the same playbook's going on
Right.
with all of that, and so we shall see. But
I know tomorrow there's a lot of buildup for tomorrow. I think you may be a little more well versed in it. I know Pence, there's a lot on his shoulders as far as, where the next move goes. And it's him, there's a big, is he going to be loyal? Is he going to this? I think there's 11 senators that are going to contest, right? So
yeah.
is all of that even enough to turn anything,
Well, I think the big thing is getting the objection out there only takes one congressman and one senator, right?
Yeah.
So we have these groups of senators and this large group of congressmen who are objecting to it, and that'll push the debate, and the debate will happen, and but that is you're right. The question is Mike Pence going to follow the Constitution, because the Constitution would say that if there is any type of question, if there's dual sets of electors, there has been precedent that they either get thrown out or one can be chosen over the other. And, Mike Pence being President Trump's vice president, there's obviously would be an optics issue for them if Pence just went ahead and threw out all those or accepted only the Republican electoral slates for Trump to win. So there could be an issue there. But what could happen could be they could put off this count tomorrow. Mike Pence could say, listen, we'll give you guys some more time because now we are seeing these irregularities and this fraud that's out there. And in fact, a couple of the state legislatures, I don't recall which states exactly, maybe Arizona, maybe one of them, but have written that the legislatures have written to the vice president and asked them for more time. Please
Yeah.
wait a little bit so we can see what's going on because of all this controversy. And not longer than a couple hours ago, maybe not even a couple hours, It's been now reported. The president tweeted it out. Said that Pennsylvania, their legislature, their Senate, is formally asking Congress to give them more time because there's fraud. So,
Right.
looking like it could switch over to Trump. So there's certainly a few different avenues relative to the Constitution, and it could be the vice president makes the call tomorrow, accepts Republican electors, Trump's the president again. It could be the vice president throws them all out,
Right.
and kicks it back to the state legislatures and back to Congress for a 12th Amendment vote, which is each state gets one single vote, and the majority of the legislatures are controlled by the Republicans, so Trump wins. Or it could be there's more time given to this count that the legislatures can go back and decertify what they certified, and recertify a new slate of electors.
Man.
So it certainly is not over.
There's some avenues there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you've got, mainstream and everyone else. Just accept it. Just accept the results. Okay, it is what it is. Move on. Nothing to see here.
It's bizarre.
They keep using this word baseless. Oh yeah, baseless. Like, dude.
I don't understand that. There's just so much word about it. They don't even talk about it. But we know that they're biased, and not just biased. They're not just biased. They are anti-Trump and
Right.
anti-American. The mainstream media. That's just a fact. We know that. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. What I'm kind of going on right now is just to remove all expectations.
Right.
Who knows what will happen? There's so many other ways it'll happen. The Insurrection Act is still out there and available to Trump. He could come out with the executive order for foreign influence and all this stuff, and could call the military in to audit the election. There's so many things that could happen, and so it just you don't expect what is. But what will happen is D.C. is going to be millions of people are going to be in D.C. There's already so many people. We were watching some video of the Patriots going at it with Antifa, and it seems like the D.C. police was escorting Antifa or guarding Antifa and not letting the Patriots around. And
Man.
Anyway, it's just turning into a shitstorm, if you will. Pardon my language.
Yeah. Well, what do you see? What do you see coming up? I mean, it's going to be one of two, right? It's either going to be Trump or Biden. Do you think the next few years are really? Do you think the presidency really matters that much, or does it ultimately come down to like our last episode of people choosing common sense, rationality, and remembering freedom? I feel like prior to this election, it really didn't matter who was president, and we all kind of felt like the presidency itself is kind of just a front man position anyway to much, darker, fiat banking cartels and, military industrial complex and this and that. So, it seems like Trump got in there and didn't want war. He was actually, how do we get more jobs here? How do we attract businesses? How do we really, create some foundational changes here that will result in good rather than just all out exploitation,
Yes. You're kind of hitting the nail on the head. It's not really just only about this election.
Yeah.
It's not really just about Donald Trump being president for 4 more years. It literally is about the future of America and the future of my children and your children and everybody else's children, the next generations to come and to follow on.
Yeah.
This election fraud thing, it really doesn't matter in the end. Now, when you look at the election fraud, who's going to be the president? Wouldn't everybody just want a straight, honest, transparent election?
Of course.
Why are people hiding things? Why would we want that?
Right.
This is about our system, and if our system, and it's about their system, and their system is cheating, and their system is taking advantage of the people, and their system is enslaving us in their various ways that they do it, and they will continue to do it, and they won't let up. There's no break. They're not going to give us a break. They're not going to take it easy. They're not going to say we're sorry. If they're not just going to give up, they will never give up. They will fight until their end, which means we have to fight until our end, if that's what it takes. And that's kind of where I feel like the country is at that point, where the Patriots are not going to allow Joe Biden to be president.
They can somehow be the Patriot, and this is the weird psychological warfare piece of this, right? The Patriot, it's country first, it's the people, it's that, it's that good old American boy who says no, you stand up to the bully, we believe in freedom here, freedom of speech, freedom, everything, guns, the whole thing. That character, if certain things happen to unfold, will be demonized. That character will be made into that's a terrorist now, and that is frightening.
It is.
It really is, man.
I mean, can you imagine? They're gonna. They've said it. The several politicians have said it. Some of the ones that are always in the headlines. AOC, she said it.
Yeah.
They're making a list, right?
Dude.
They're putting people who support him on the list.
Yeah.
Put me on the top of the list. That list will exist.
Yeah.
If they're there, they're making that list, and they'll use that list if they win. There's no doubt about it. It is a scary thing. This is why patriots and Americans need to keep the fight and hold the line.
Yeah.
And keep the faith and do not let this country go into the ground.
Dude, so did you see New York? They just put out a thing about camps. They're basically, I think it's up for vote. I'm not sure when, but legislation hit New York saying that if they find someone to be potentially a health risk, they can take you and put you in a camp.
I did. I saw that. That's insane. It's 1984, man. What else? How else can you explain it?
We're there. We're just there after all of these years of. I've been sounding the alarm for for so long, sounding like a crazy nut, dude.
They've had to accelerate their plan.
Yeah.
They've been forced to accelerate their plan, and that's what they've done. It would have been gradual. Had Hillary been elected, they would have just gradually went, and they would have went about their way, and they keep cheating, and their people will always stay in power. The outsider won and is exposing it,
right?
And so he's forced them to play their hand. He's forced them to accelerate what's known as their 16-year plan in just only a few years. And so that's why it's like, whoa, it hits you in the face.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what their plan is. They want to, if they think you're sick, and they'll make up any reason, and they'll use that for any reason. If you're a political dissident, all of a sudden you've got coronavirus 2022 or whatever the next one they're going to try to introduce is, right?
Yeah. So you were recently tested.
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your first time?
Yeah, that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Had to do it so we didn't quarantine, and needed to go back to work, and and our daughter needed to go to dance and all of that stuff. So we didn't want to have any issues there. So we did the test, and uncomfortable, but everyone got through it.
All negative.
All negative.
Yeah.
All negative. We actually did 2 tests when we got to the airport here in Kona. We did a little test there too.
Yeah.
So not quite as invasive, but it's still doing a test. So two negative tests each.
Yeah.
So we're all good to go.
Yeah, my buddy, I was offered to go to Hawaii recently and I declined, one of the reasons being that test, like I don't want to
Yeah.
get into that game, and so one of my buddies that was, he was also offered to go. He went, got tested, no symptoms, nothing, came back positive, and
Really?
total left field, just like, what, dude? I'm like, I have nothing, like I'm fine, and so yeah, he couldn't go.
Oh my gosh, and who knows if that's a false positive?
That's,
these PCR tests,
right.
they're not reliable. And what's funny, and I just heard this today. I haven't really vetted through it, but it seems that some words coming out from the FDA and the WHO, and I think Fauci may be saying some of the stuff that, you know what, PCR tests are giving some false positives.
Oh, you don't
so
say.
Here's the thing. The change. They're introducing it back in the COVID's going away, or it wasn't as bad as it really was, because I think they all think that Joe Biden's going to be the president. And remember what Joe Biden said when he was campaigning: "Hey, you elect me, there isn't going to be a virus anymore." How's he going to do it? How does he know that?
Right. Yeah.
You and I know.
Man. Well, want to keep it short and sweet as always. You want to add anything else?
I think that's good, man.
All good.
Hold the line, Patriots. Keep the fight, and we'll have a chat again soon.
Yeah. We think about doing this on a regular basis, you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
Sounds
yeah, man.
good. Talk about what the frequency, whatever you want to do.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm down, man. Good stuff. I appreciate you, and I'll edit this up, and I'll get it out there. Blast it on out.
Right on. Thanks, brother.
Have a good night.
See ya. Take care, Billy.